Welcome to my creative corner. This is Claudette, where I create projects using inks, papers, stamps, mixed media, embellishment, and a whole lot of joy. On today's project, I'll be creating a card as well as a gift tag using the Coming Home stamp set with its coordinating dies. And this is a beautiful stamp set that you could make beautiful, colorful projects. So if you get part of the stamp set or the full bundle, $3 would be donated to charities devoted to adoption, foster care, and fertility. So you'll make a difference by purchasing part of the complete suite. If this is your first time tuning into my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you can be notified when I upload my latest videos. So let's get right into it. So this is the stamp set that comes with it. It has dies, and look at all these beautiful dies. These are just fun. They have a beautiful designer series paper that comes with this. So I just want to show you this designer series paper. This is just gorgeous and beautiful colors for the holidays. And I love this paper. Look at, I already cut this up, and so you could cut out all the houses. You have little sentiments that you could cut out here on this one too as well. So these are some of the pieces that I cut out. So you could have fun with your family and friends. Just cut out all these pieces and you go to town with creating your tags and your Christmas cards. So what we're going to start out with a piece of Whisper White cardstock measuring 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Then we're going to get our designer series paper, and this one here is measuring 5 1/4 by 4, and we're going to put those two pieces together. Next, we're going to bring in the base of our card, and I have this is in a red. This is our Poppy Parade red, and this is measuring 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. We're going to fold it down in the middle, which would be 4 1/4. We're going to give that a good crease. And if you guys notice, our the Coming Home stamp set does not have any sentiment with it. So what I'm going to be using for the sentiments is the For Unto Us stamp set. This has some beautiful sentiments. I love the fonts that's included with this. We're going to go ahead and stamp Christmas Begins with Christ in the inside of our card, and I'm going to use Real Red to do that. And I'm just going to go ahead and stamp it now, just in case I mess it up in the inside. I don't want to glue my front of my card on as yet. So we're going to just go ahead and stamp that in the center. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and stick this to the front of the base of our card, and we're just going to stick that down with our liquid glue. Next, what I'm going to do is come in and bring the snowbanks. So I'm going to glue my snowbanks together. I am just going to add a little bit of glue right here to the edge, and just right here. And we're going to put these two together. And then what I'm going to do is just add some glue here to the back. And we'll stick this down to the base, and I'm staying right where the white border is. because we still want the red to peek through. Then what I'm going to do next is bring in the houses. They have different shapes and size of the houses. So they have that. And then they have this one. So you can make some dimensional house. So you have like 4 designs. So you could build on this. So you could put this and you could add dimensionals to the back of it to build it up. So you could put that like that. And then you could have this like that. So you could have more of a 3D house. And then on this one, you could put this here in the front like that. So you could get creative. So this is really a fun project to do with friends and family. And the kids, you just cut these out and then you just build and create different projects with it. All right, so with this one, I think I'm going to stick it behind the snowbank right here. So we're just going to add a little bit of glue. And I did not add any glue to the top of this snowbank. So we're going to add this house about right here behind the snowbank. And then we're going to come out here with this one house. So we're going to add this one right here. And then this one we're going to add to the front here, but I'm going to add some dimensionals to that. So I'm going to add a little bit of dimensionals to the back of this. And then I am going to put this one right here. So with the wreath, I went ahead and stamped this wreath and cut it out with the die, and I colored it with our alcohol markers, and I used our real red alcohol marker as well as the light shaded spruce marker. I'm going to go ahead and take a dimensional and put it to the back of this wreath and pop it up. And then we'll add it right here within that spot. Then I also stamped the buggy, colored it the real red too as well, and cut it out with the die. So I'm going to add this here. I'm just going to put some liquid glue to that. And then I'm just going to add it right here. And one of the Christmas trees, I am going to pop that up. That's a smaller Christmas tree. I'm going to add some small mini dimensionals to the back of that. I'm just going to add 2. So we're going to add it to the top of that buggy. And I'm going to take one of the sentiments that we cut out from the designer series paper. It says Merry Christmas. And I am going to add some small dimensionals to the back of that and pop it up. These are so small, so I'm just using my piercing tool to pick up my mini dimensionals. And then we'll just pop the back off of those. And then we'll add that here to our card. And they also have some coordinating embellishments that's pretty cool. So I'm just going to take one of the stars and just add it there to my tree. And that's it for our card, guys. So let's go ahead and make a Christmas tag. So I have a piece of cardstock, and this is in the Misty Moonlight. This is our blue. This is one of our new color for the year, and this is 2 inches by 4¼ inch. Then we're gonna have some of the designer series paper. So this designer series paper is measuring 2 inches by 3 inches. Then we want a piece of white cardstock, and this is measuring 2 inches by 2½ inches. So first off, what I'm going to do is go ahead and take this designer series paper, add some liquid glue to it, and then I'm just going to add it right there to the top. And this white part is going to be our snow. So with this cardstock, we're going to go ahead and stamp on there Merry Christmas. So we're going to stamp Merry Christmas on there from our stamp set. And we're going to be using real red. And I'm going to stamp it more closer down to the bottom. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run that through our embossing folder, and this folder has been retired, and so they no longer sell this, but I just like the look of the snowfalls, and you don't have to do this part if you don't have this embossing folder. So I'm going to go ahead and run that through our machine, and I shall be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and emboss that, and what we're going to do is go ahead and rip this towards you and just slant it. So what we're going to do is just add it down here. Look at that color with the Misty Moonlight, just a gorgeous blue. So we're going to add some liquid glue to the back of this. Then we're going to add this to our tag. Make sure our edges are nice and even. And then we're going to bring in our tag punch. We're going to punch that to the top. Then we're going to go ahead and decorate this. We're going to add a little house right there. I'm going to add a couple dimensionals to the back. I'm going to add a couple mini dimensionals here to the back, just to the top. And then we'll just add some glue to the bottom, because here on the white paper you just have an extra layer, so we're going to add that right there. Then I'm going to bring in 2 of the Christmas trees, and we're just going to add some liquid glue to those. And I'm just staggering that a little bit so one could be higher than the next. Then we're going to add a bow, and this is in the Misty Moonlight color. So we'll just snip off a piece and just loop it through. So you could create a bow if you would like, but I am just gonna loop it through and keep it straight. If you guys are getting any creative value from this, go ahead and smash that like button down below. And that is our tag, and you could get a stamp set that has to and from, and you could stamp it there to the back. So let's bring in our card. So we have a tag to match our card. If you're interested in purchase of any of these, I'm going to leave all the information in the description down below. Go out there and be creative. Thank you guys for tuning in to my creative corner. This is Claudette, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.